AKSAI is one of the administrative centers of the Rostov region, and it is located very close to Rostov-on, 12 kilometers, although the distance between the city blocks does not exceed 2 kilometers at all. The federal highway leading to the Black Sea coast passes through the city, and, accordingly, the rush hour in AKSAI lasts around the clock, and traffic at such a transport interchange is regular. By the way, on the way to the Caucasus in 1820, Alexander Sergeyevich Pushkin spent one night in the village of AKSAI. Temperate continental climatic conditions are pleasing with mild weather, not too cold in winter and quite hot in summer. There is a 600 mm precipitation rate per year. AKSAI stands on the river with the same name, exactly where the river flows into the wide Don. A lot of adventurers and history lovers come here, because the city is more than 2,000 years old and the appearance of the first settlements was noted even before our era came. So there are plenty of historical monuments here. Take at least Kopakovo settlement, whose age exceeds 3,000 years. Let it look like nothing more than excavated hills. Tourists come here to feel the ancient breath of history. At one time, the Cossacks even wanted to make AKSAI the main city of the Don Cossacks, but changed their mind due to the fact that it was located too close to the border with Turkey. Today, of course, it is very far to the border. The city itself is divided into two parts, old and new area. If there are still Cossack huts in the old district, looking at the glorious Don, the new part is filled with relatively recently built high-rise buildings. As for the population, it is not too large, just over 43,000 people. This gives the city its advantages: quiet and peaceful streets, despite the fact that several industrial enterprises operate in the city, a cozy atmosphere, hospitality, thanks to which AKSAI is especially appreciated by tourists tired of the constant bustle of urban megacities. Sometimes this town is even called an additional sleeping area of Rostov-on, because they are so close to each other. Young people, by the way, mostly work at local industrial enterprises or in Rostov. A cannery, beer production and ship repair plants, companies engaged in the manufacture of household chemicals, construction materials, and transport organizations are actively operating. There are decent hotels, several supermarkets. You can get a job at a construction site, because housing construction does not stop here, and AKSAI is gradually overgrown with new neighborhoods. Transport in AKSAI. Today's AKSAI can be called a modern city, where tourists will find something to see and where to visit. From public transport, thanks to which you can move around the city, buses of different capacities and commuter trains are in demand. There are 3 railway stations in the city, directly, AKSAI, as well as Birdnosivka and a glass factory. The main directions of suburban railway communication are Rostov Station, Ustanetskaya, Dashing, quarries. There are plenty of dungeons in the vicinity of the city, as a result of which Rostov stalkers constantly stay here. Their favorite place is Mukina Balka, where in the 50s they dug a shelter, fearing a possible nuclear war. In general, AKSAI dungeons are not known for anything. They were looking for Scythian gold at one time, and they tried to catch the mysterious monster that destroyed livestock. So it is not surprising that tourists rush to look at these places.